What's up, YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to Not Quite Mint. I'm Tom.
And I am Rich, and we are definitely not quite mint.
Not quite mint. Today, we're going to give you the key comics that we think you should pick up for the 9th of December, 2020. This is week 449, I want to say. I mean, we are well into the year, and it's almost over, but Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
and this one,
2020.
Yeah. New cheeky little intro, guys. Yeah, a bit of festivity, mate.
I think Tom likes Christmas. Does anybody else think that as well?
Well, I don't know. Do I like Christmas? You've known me longer than anyone else.
I think you like Christmas more than possibly more than many girls that I know. So that's a lot. Anyway, thanks ever so much for coming and watching our keys videos. So we're going to hit up some notables and then get into our sort of top key sort of picks this week. If you are new to the channel, though, do make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Obviously, give us a thumbs up, and if you could possibly hit the little bell icon, that'll just keep you notified so that you know when we're going live, so you don't miss any content that we are bringing out.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on the social medias. Oh, I'm all skew-if in a new area. I'm like, what? Right, should we do it then? Let's do these notables.
Let's do these notables, mate. Yeah, so where shall we start?
Well, do you want to start your side? And we'll work our way over to Avengers. Yeah,
so, right, if anybody hasn't noticed, there's kind of a rather big event going on in Marvel at the moment.
Is there actually?
So yeah, we had obviously on the 2nd of December we had King in Black, the first part of that coming out, and that has kicked off. I'm not. When was the last full on Marvel Universe kind of crossover event like Men in Black? Because not in Men in Black, King in Black, because
Men in Black could be a different story, but yeah, probably worth watching.
But yeah, we've just got so many spin-offs, haven't we, going on? We've got little tie-ins, I think is the word, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just trying to work out whether or not Civil War 2 was the previous biggest one, but I can't remember. I will Google that.
Yeah, that's the one that sticks in my head as well, and that was a fair old while ago, to be fair. So it is mental. Obviously, we've had little mini events and stuff like that, but we won't talk about them. But
best not to.
We have obviously got. Is this Namor? Is this issue 1 of this? Because we had the end of Atlantis.
In Black, Namor issue 1. Yeah,
that's right. We had the end of Atlantis attacks. I think last week, and the week before that we had this sort of it was like a Captain Marvel kind of thing that was leading up to Namor and all the rest of it. So I think this is a 5-part mini. But yeah, I don't know much about Namor, to be honest, and how it's going to tie into the King in Black. But if anybody, slight spoiler, if anybody's watched or seen obviously these images coming out of obviously the King in Black, or if you've actually read it, you'll know that the whole entire surface of the Earth is covered in Null's symbiote, whatever the hell it is.
Like symbiote, isn't it?
Yeah, symbiote. So it's obviously covered it, including all the oceans. So of course Namor's going to want to have his say. So yeah, want to keep your eye open for.
One of the things in this, the solicitation for this, is the fact that Namor and Null possibly have already come across each other before, which is quite interesting. And then the other one, but next up, is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 54. Bear with me, because I get my 4s and my 5s around, so I'm pretty sure that's right, 54. And that is just continuation of this whole Kindred thing that's going on with Harry Osborn being Kindred, and what's going to happen with Spider-Man. But there are some really cool things coming up in the next issue of this one, which is 55, which are a really cool cover. But we'll get to that in a couple of weeks' time.
In a couple of weeks' time, yeah. It's the Last Remains arc, isn't it? With the
Last Remains, not Kindred.
Kindred stuff going on. So we found out, obviously, who Kindred was. Obviously, it was Harry Osborn, and I don't know how many people called that, but obviously the story's carrying on, and like I think it's up and down. I've heard like mixed reviews of what's going on with this Last Remains book, so we'll see. We'll see, but yeah, I'm not actually reading it myself. I was going to.
It is good.
I
think it's just getting a bit overshadowed by all the other cool stuff that's out at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. So, and the next one is this Batman Black and White. So again, it's another sort of Batman, mini series, if you like. Not sure how many it is. It's obviously DC Black Label. And have they done a Batman Black and White before?
I think I want to say yes.
Yeah,
because I've seen the action figures that they created from it. I think Jim Lee did it, but I'm not entirely sure if it was just covers or if it was a like an actual story. But I kind of feel like this is a bit of a money maker, because obviously Wolverine have just done it with the black, white, and red.
Yeah.
So it's almost like DC are just like, oh, get on the bandwagon, we'll do it as well.
Yeah, well, we've just had and I think what's happened with this is that was it last month? Did we have like the last part of the Batman's grave?
Yes, yeah.
That finished, didn't it? So and then I just have a feeling that it's like they always have these like Batman kind of off doing something else in a to tell different stories with different creative teams and stuff. And I think this is like obviously the next Batman Black Label title kind of thing. That's my understanding of it. I mean, the artwork looks stunning, albeit it's all in black and white, unsurprisingly. But yeah,
unsurprisingly, black and white.
Yeah. But it is really cool, and it's not one I don't think there's so much to read at the moment, including the Batman stuff. So I probably won't read it myself, but I think it is for if you are like a diehard Batman fan, I don't think you can miss it really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also because it's going to be cool artwork in black and white, it's worth getting it from an artist point of view if you want.
Yeah, who is the artist on it? I'm just trying to find out.
Oh God, that's testing me now, mate. I did write it down, but I haven't got it on my screen.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was. It's it says illustrated by Greg Capullo, but it would appear to be one of these kind of like things where there's multiple stories going to be being told. So
cool.
Yeah, so Tinian's doing one, J.H. Williams, Emma Rios, Paul Dini, and G. Willow Wilson. So be interesting to see what's going on with that one. But yeah, Batman Black and White.
Batman Black and White. Happy days, mate. And then the next one up we've got to my side, this one, is Avengers issue 39. And this is a kind of a key comic to pick up because it's the build-up to what's going to happen with this Phoenix Force. The Avengers is one of the only books going into the new year that isn't crossing over with King in Black. And it's because they've got their own storyline going on with this whole Phoenix Force situation. And there is a key comic coming up in the new year that might be one you might want to pick up on from a speculation point of view about the Phoenix Force. So this one is the lead up to that. It's
a peculiar one. This is, as you say, like there's the whole, because of the whole, like, I mean, it doesn't really make much sense because anybody who has read The King in Black, all the Avengers are in there.
Yeah. I don't know what the continuity is, where the timeline is with this.
Yeah, because obviously with King in Black, it was sort of like the timeline was almost boosted forward a year, wasn't it? At the end of obviously the Venom, like the Venom issue 30, so the Venom Beyond story arc. So it was sort of like they came back into our world, and obviously Null had arrived, kind of thing. So I know there's a lot of speculation also going on around this whole Phoenix Force storyline that, as I say, if this is set slightly before King in Black, whether it's actually going to end up catching up with the King in Black, and then the Phoenix Force is going to play some role in obviously the war against Null. That's the only thing I can think personally. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, it's kind of like, is it going to end to the point where, like, because obviously the light has got to come to take on the darkness, is it going to end with the Phoenix Force being that kind of the end of that year? Is like they've got the Phoenix Force, but then I don't know. I'm trying to think how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I'm just going to leave it right there and then just do it today. Edit it in later. Anyway, speaking of the King in Black, the first key we think you should pick up, which is number 5 on our list, is Venom 31. Well worth getting this one, guys, because it is a tie-in to the King in Black, but this is one of the main tie-ins for the King in Black, because it's obviously a Venom comic. The whole King in Black thing is based around Venom and Null. This is Eddie and Null coming face to face again, even though they do in King in Black. This is all about them going face to face.
Yeah, I think they've got the description. I mean, this is like the description on this is Eddie comes face to face with Null. Well,
he already has.
He was, if anybody, again, don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I'm pretty sure at the end of the first issue of the King in Black, I'm pretty sure that there was a bit of a confrontation between Eddie Brock and Null. Yeah. I'm not too sure, So this must be, because it's coming obviously a week after that first issue. This must be dealing with that continuation of that, as you say. It's a main issue tie-in to the King in Black, so it's got to be, hasn't it? It can't be anything else, really.
No, it's got to be I reckon it's got to obviously be a continuation of what happens, the cliffhanger that we were left on, pun intended.
And again, I think we're gonna, it'll obviously be. I think whereas like the King in Black issues will deal with like the crossover element of the King in Black with all the other, Marvel characters and the wider conflict, if you like. I think Venom is going to be focusing on that sort of the interrelationship of Eddie Brock and obviously the symbiote, and then obviously the effect of Null, because obviously it's fairly obvious that Null's come in because he's quite interested obviously in Dylan, as you would expect. So so I think the Venom books are going to deal with that sort of that fine storyline rather than the wider battle to defeat Null. That's my opinion.
I think you're right, mate.
I think you're right.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, I was going to say, do you want to take the next one?
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, next one. Okay, which one shall we do? Should we do that one?
Go for it. Yeah.
Cool. So, crossover. Again, another Donny Cates book. Oh, my God, another Donny Cates book. Now,
he's on fire, mate, quite literally.
It was massively hyped, wasn't it? Obviously the issue one, absolutely massive. As I say, there's exclusive covers, as you can see there, that Tom's obviously selling. But yeah,
this one is sold out.
Is that one sold out? Is it? Oh,
yeah, this is your one.
Is that mine? So you're keeping it safe? Is that the only one? The only ones you've got are the ones that you're saving for me?
Well, I've got one myself, but I stupidly packed it away.
Oh dear. So hi. Whenever
Richard's comic.
When we're both on a similar tier level, that will join my collection.
Dish that bad boy out, mate.
That's it. But yeah, we've got crossover part 2. I really like the first issue. It wasn't the best first issue that I've read. It wasn't by far and away. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't quite what I expected in the way that the storyline was, but it had enough in there for me to really, really want to read this second issue. I'm invested in this anyway because I like, obviously, the Donny Cates style. I like the fact that he's going to potentially do stuff that's quite spectacular that he wouldn't get away with in like, Marvel, in some of the main Marvel titles and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that level of creativity. So and it's a great creative team on here as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. 100% agree with what you just said. I think for me, I'm invested, like you said, I'm invested in this just because I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a slow build, a bit like Invincible and Firepower. I think you're going to have to read the first 5 or 6 issues to really get your teeth into it, like a bit like Walking Dead as well. Like it didn't blow my mind the first issue. It was good, and I did like it, and I'm hoping for more. But I can see that it's a builder. It's going to build, and then you're going to have to go back and reread issue 1. Because there will have been Easter eggs for like issue 7 or issue 10 coming up that you'll be like, oh, okay, I wish I'd have known, I'm glad I knew that. I wish I'd have known that right back from the start. And you will have been told, read it properly.
Yeah, it's one of those. And I think it was, I think half of my kind of wasn't disappointed, but I think I was that thrown by the story not being what I expected, and I think that's what I need to adjust to. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't, it wasn't as like superhero focused as I anticipated. So yeah, I'm all in for this. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're well in for this one, mate.
Yeah.
So whilst we're on the subject of Donny Cates, there is a comic that we are looking forward to as well this week, and it is Homesick Pilots. Now, I'm only talking about Donny Cates because you can pick up the exclusive version to this, which is on Not Quite Mint Comics, my website. You can pick up the Donny Cates' wife's variant cover of this on the website, which is worth picking up. But I actually think this comic is worth picking up anyway, because it's a brand new story from Image. And I think, if I'm right, it's the creative team of Dan Waters and Casper Wingard. Is that how you say it? Anyway, it's about a girl stuck in a haunted house. How did she get there? How did she get out? It's that kind of story, and I like the idea of it. I absolutely love this artwork style. I think it's great.
Yeah,
well, very Not Quite Mint.
I was just going to say, isn't it a bit like your kind of your colours are Not Quite Mint? So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to this one. I know you really I mean, as I say again, I've ordered obviously one of the covers from you. The it's Megan Hutchinson, isn't it?
I was going to say Martine Hutchinson, but I didn't want to roll over myself and then make a complete cock up. So I was like, right, don't say anything. Just say Hutchinson, and then I thought, don't say Hutchinson, just leave it. Rich will say it in a minute.
But yeah, so it's Megan Hutchinson, the cover that you've got. But yeah, it's really cool, and a lot of people, it's got a reference to Null on there, because a lot of the graffiti on the back wall was actually drawn on by Donny Cates. So he's not known for his artistic prowess, obviously, but it's a cool.
That's how he actually got into the comic industry, mate. He was originally an artist right at the start.
Yeah, well, yet a lot of people don't rate his artwork, do they? It's like it's quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
Did you see his 1 in 500 cover for Men in Black? Not Men in Black, King in Black.
Men in Black. No, I'll have to look now, mate.
Yeah, but check that out, because a lot of people, it was really, really expensive, and lots of people bought it, but a lot of people didn't like it at the same time. So yeah.
Do you want to take number 2 in the list, mate?
Go on then. Well, this one, do I have to talk about this one? Because I'm going to have to mention.
Do you want to go the other one?
No. We'll do this one. So
this is one if you want.
No, this is fine. No, I was joking because I'm going to have to mention. I'm going to have to mention X of Swords again. So, this is a new. It's Sword issue 1. And basically, it is it's all about the mobilization of Sword, and it kind of comes off the back of stuff that happened, I think, in Empire, as well as obviously X of Swords that has just finished. So they're kind of like, I want to say that they're going to be like an intergalactic force for Krakoa. I think that's what I'm getting from it. It's obviously, you've got a lot of like mutants, obviously, in there, and it is Cable, isn't it? There, obviously Nathan, good old Nathan, and obviously you got Magneto in the back. So I'm not too sure how it's going to go, but obviously in X of Swords, one of the sort of sideline stories that sort of came to fruition in the final issue in Destruction was that this big dormant sword spaceship obviously brought this horde of bad aliens into the battle. They then got wiped out by Saturnine as part of X of Swords, and then it sort of launched everybody off onto this sort of like mission with to reform Sword, and then obviously do what they've got to do in the intergalactic X-Men style.
Intergalactic. Is that Beastie Boys? Intergalactic.
Intergalactic, it is indeed. Yes.
What a tune.
So I don't know. It's one of those. I'm a bit skeptical about that, but yeah, there's like I think it's like got I don't know if it's got necessarily first appearances in it, but it's definitely like a first sort of team appearance of this new group of Sword goody people.
Yes, mate. It does sound pretty like, but it's almost like they're going back to the X-Men Shi'ar kind of stuff. Where they're going out into the galaxy, like just kind of. But I kind of feel like they need to be back on Krakoa, doing more Krakoa stuff. Like, there's so many stories to be told there.
I suppose that's the only thing that goes in this favour. It is a like almost like a spin-off title. It's a new separate entity, so it will hopefully mean that like X-Men and your X-Force and your X-Factor and your Marauders, your Excalibur, all of those, you know, Wolverine and stuff, can get back to doing what they were doing before X-Sword. You know what I mean? So the stuff that was introduced that's relevant to Sword will carry on in this book, and then everything else will get back to normal on Krakoa and all the rest of it. So,
absolutely, mate. Right, well, that brings us on to our last book to recommend to you guys, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 112. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been one of my utmost favorite books going on at the moment. It has had a little bit of a lull recently, but after reading what's coming up in this book, I am so excited. We're getting the return of Casey Jones, so happy days to that. So glad that he's going to be back on the scene. He's not been in the book for quite some time, actually. Think since the whole Mutant Nation kind of came about, you've not seen much of Casey. So he's back in this with the Purple Dragon, so that should be quite an interesting one. But also, Raja and Tokka from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie made their cameo appearance, or kind of cameo appearance, in the issue beforehand, issue 111. They're actually making their full first appearance in a comic book. So happy days to that. Come on.
I haven't been reading the Turtles, so it really genuinely does mean.
See it.
But yeah, it doesn't mean a lot to me. I haven't even got around to reading The Last Ronin yet, because I didn't order I didn't get my order in for the first print, so I think the second print's due out possibly this week. So hopefully I'll be able, I've already pre-ordered a second print, so I'll read the second print when that comes out. But yeah, I've got like exclusives and stuff like that, but I want to send them to get graded. So so I want to send those off to get CGC, but I haven't read Last Ronin yet, and I don't want to read it digitally. I want to read the book, like it should be read.
Mate. Oh God, yeah, it should be read like that.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I'm glad you're excited for this, Tom. But it does sound good, and it is saying that it's obviously a genuine first appearance. And when we've got a week like what we've got here, where we didn't really have any other first appearances other than probably in Homesick Pilots. This is pretty much like it's got to be that sort of key of the week almost, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, mate. I think this one would be the only major key of the week, if you like, and probably Homesick Pilots.
Yeah. I mean, we are going to be doing a thing, aren't we, where we're going to be picking our keys of the week and then get people to vote to obviously decide which book they'd like us to give away. So would this be your pick?
This one would be my pick of this week, yeah. No, actually, I think Homesick Pilots would be my pick for this week.
Got you.
Just because it's new.
Yeah, I'm a bit. I'm not too sure what mine would be. I think it's a difficult one because it's not like a standout key. I certainly wouldn't be picking this one. I think for me, I'd probably, if you're going to go Homesick Pilots, I'd probably go Crossover, because I think I'm most excited about reading that, because I kind of, all the other books, I'm not that bothered about Sword because it's going back into X of Swords territory. And then Venom, I kind of think I know what's going on in that, but I don't, do you know what I mean? There might be some surprises, but yeah, I think so. For me, I think I'd go with Crossover 2 for me personally.
Cool, man. Sounds good to me.
But yeah, but there you go. That's all of the keys covered, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That is it. So thank you very much. Thank you ever so much, guys, for joining us for Not Quite Mint and listening to us go on about what keys you should pick up tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on the Instagram and all that job. Over to my co-pilot.
Yep, and as always, guys, obviously, if you haven't done already, do make sure you let us know what your key of the week would be down in the comments. Let us know if you think either my pick or Tom's pick would be correct, so that we can obviously start putting that book to one side for giveaway. That'll be at the start of the new year. Yeah, just obviously subscribe, hit the dingly bell, smash that like button, and take it until next time.
Stay safe, stay sexy, guys. See ya.